Today, we're going to dive into a really revolutionary idea, one that kind of flips a common belief right on its head. What if the absolute best way to serve the world is actually to start by serving yourself?
We hear this all the time, right? To make a real difference, you've got to be selfless, put everyone else first. But is that really the best way to do it? Is going out and serving others truly the starting point for changing the world?
Well, a great sage offers a really profound, maybe even radical answer to that question. It's a piece of wisdom that forces us to look inside ourselves before we can ever hope to make a difference outside. So let's get into this core teaching.
And there it is. Just let that sink in for a second. Self-refinement is the greatest service to the world. Wow. So this isn't about big, grand gestures like building schools or donating tons of money. It's about the deep, internal, sometimes difficult work of improving yourself. This one idea changes the whole game when it comes to the concept of service.
Now, this powerful idea isn't just some modern self-help slogan you'd see on social media. No, it actually comes from a place of deep spiritual insight, inspired by the incredible teachings of Pandit Sri Rama Sharma Acharya, who is a visionary Indian sage. And that gives this idea some serious weight and a really rich history.
So what's the logic behind this? It's actually beautifully simple. You've heard the saying, you can't pour from an empty cup, right? Well, this is it. If our own character has flaws, if we're battling our own inner demons, then any attempt we make to fix the world is going to be colored by those same problems. The bottom line is, a better world has to be built by better people. It starts with us.
Okay, so I know what you might be thinking right about now. Hang on, isn't focusing on myself just, selfish? And that's a totally fair question, but this philosophy has a very, very clear answer. Let's break down that critical difference.
See, this isn't about just indulging your ego or trying to get more stuff for yourself. That's selfishness, and that's not what we're talking about. This is about self-transformation. It's a process driven by your soul to refine who you are. Think of it like this. It's about cleaning the inside of a lamp so it shines brighter, not just polishing the outside to make it look good. It's about construction, not consumption.
So how do we actually do this? How do we put it into practice?
Well, it's broken down into three really foundational pillars. First, you got to keep your body healthy. That's the vehicle for your whole journey. Second, work on keeping your mind calm, free from all that chaos and anxiety. And third, and this is a big one, keep your thoughts pure. That really sets the direction for everything else you do.
To make this even more practical, let's use a really powerful metaphor. I want you to think of yourself not as some finished product, but as a garden. And you are the gardener, and you're responsible for everything that grows in it.
Any good gardener will tell you that for the beautiful flowers to grow, you first have to pull out the weeds. It's the exact same for your inner world. So, take a second and ask yourself, what are the weeds? What are the bad habits, the negative thought patterns, the weaknesses that are holding you back?
This is what personality evolution is all about. It takes real honesty to look inside and identify those weeds, whether it's procrastination or anger or jealousy, and then it takes courage to prune them away. But here's the thing. This isn't about being hard on yourself. It's actually an act of self-love, because you're clearing out space for much better things to grow.
And this is where it all comes together. When you start to diligently take care of your inner garden, something truly amazing starts to happen. You don't have to try to change the world anymore. You just do. You become a beacon.
A beacon, a person whose inner light is so bright and so steady that it just naturally shows the way for other people. You don't have to go out and preach about change. You are the change. Your very presence becomes a source of inspiration for everyone around you. And that is the ultimate service.
This is that beautiful, almost effortless ripple effect. The real revolution always begins within. When you take the time to heal and refine your own soul, that positive energy just radiates outwards. You start to uplift your family, your friends, your coworkers, not by doing some big, grand thing, but simply by being the person you've worked so hard to become.
So you see, the greatest service you can do for the world isn't some big project you need to plan for the future. It's a decision you can make right here, right now. The revolution is an inside job, and it begins today. So what's the one small weed you're going to prune first?
If this idea really connected with you, well, your journey is just getting started. To keep exploring these kinds of life-changing ideas, make sure you subscribe to Thought Revolution Philosophy. Thanks so much for joining me. The journey of serving your own soul can start today.